What's up, guys? 5869 casting here with another Face It Pro League game. This time we're back over here with FPL Europe. We took a little stint over in the NA region, but now we're back to Europe, and they're actually going to be doing Captain's Draft mode here. So both European games I think I've done have been Captain's Draft, and you know, a little bit more fun. Gonna get some heroes maybe we don't see all that often. Some, you know, we do see a Bounty and a Phoenix band, so there's always going to be a few standard heroes. I see a Quappa, Lina in the pool, TA, Bloodseeker, Clockwork. So still some meta picks in here, but after that they're going to have to branch out a little bit. We've got some pretty fun players here. We've got Pajkatt, Come With Me, Mind Control, Kuro, RMN, Bignum. Quite a few good players in this one, and it's probably going to be pretty fun here. See if we can get nice weird game with I don't know, some, like, maybe we'll get some Puck Enchantress. We could even see OD, perhaps the return of OD in the mid lane here. Maybe doesn't have too many matchups that he's that bad against actually, and might be one of the few options. There's a Shadow Fiend still though, so Shadow Fiend and TA probably going to be taking those matchups, as it's going to be a Venomancer ban over here from Kuro. So here we go, first pick. I imagine it'll be something like the Shadow Fiend or the Bloodseeker, and there it is. So Shadow Fiend's going to be picked up by Pajkatt. He's most likely going to be the one playing that. Plays mid, you know, he's pretty comfortable wherever, but I could see Pajkatt certainly playing the Shadow Fiend, as it looks like we've still got a Bloodseeker, Undying, Clockwork, TA, and I guess a Witch Doctor in here. So it looks like TA and Undying. Alright, so two heroes. Kuro pretty comfortable with the TA and the Undying, obviously, as he's just going to grab them both at the exact same time. And not bad, because there's really not much that breaks the refraction. So you ban out the Veno, and there's nothing that really chews through the refractions. Clockwork is going to be the next pick. Doesn't bode particularly well against an Undying, but they're going to grab it anyways. As not the greatest up against a TA either, but can definitely stand up against it. And a Witch Doctor as well, so there we go. Pajkatt going fairly standard, while Kuro is going to take heroes that he thinks might work out pretty well here, and we'll see how it works out, as Undying TA most likely is going to be an off-lane Undying, I would imagine here. Not too many other options. Off-lane heroes, there's a Centaur, there's a Beastmaster as well, so maybe they do have some nice off-lane. You could even use the Puck, perhaps the Bat Rider if you're really stretching. Despite that he is a classically off-laning hero, nobody really likes to pick up the Bat Rider anymore. He's certainly fallen off as you know, a hero that people like to play, and it's going to be the Bane pick. So there it is, the Bane Bloodseeker, and okay, so Bloodseeker, Bane, Undying, Tri-Lane, and Avenged Drow. Okay, I think what we can see here is Bloodseeker, Clockwork in a 1v1, Clockwork off lane, Bloodseeker safe lane solo. Undying usually lends himself to dual lanes or aggro tri-lanes. I don't know if they'll aggro, so we could see a Bloodseeker Bane versus Undying +1. I think Undying Centaur not that bad. Undying Beastmaster pretty good. The boar's slow. The axes as well, pretty hard to dodge them when you're getting eaten alive by zombies. Trying to think who else. I think that would probably be, yeah, it will be the Beastmaster. I was gonna say it'd probably be the best here. So probably gonna be dual lanes. We could see an aggro tri-lane if they really want to punish the Radiant. However, Drow Venge Witch Doctor, a fairly strong lane, 3 ranged heroes with that Drow Ranger, gonna be a little bit annoying to deal with here, and might kind of scare them away from playing an aggro tri-lane. Probably still going to be at the very least dual lanes, but could, like I said, see aggro tri-lanes here. It just means that they can't really rotate around to help the Shadow Fiend as much. So he's going to feel a little bit pressured up against Mind Control, probably till about level 5, and then he's going to start dominating the lane. Until then, though, since his supports won't be able to really leave the Drow, or if they do, it'll be very obvious, right? Like when two heroes leave to gank, in an aggro tri-lane, you know it's probably a gank. They're probably not utilizing the jungle because it's really not that safe. But really, the more I think about it, the more I think it might be a tri-lane. Just Undying absolutely excels in these tri-lane situations. More units for the decay, for the soul rip. He's got Tombstone. And I think Nightmare into Tombstone is a pretty solid setup. You've got the Boar as well. And they don't really have any escapes, right? Or any way to kind of keep these heroes safe. Which is the big issue. You know, they've got the heal from the Witch Doctor, but they don't have a Dazzle with a Shallow Grave. They don't perhaps have a Snowball from a support Tuskar. So it will be somewhat difficult. It will be somewhat scary over here for these heroes. We'll take this pause time out here to go over the teams. As over here on the Dire, Kuroki, he's going to be playing the Undying. Bignum, he's going to be on his Bloodseeker, while RMN is going to be taking up the Beastmaster. That's going to leave Cats over here on our Bane, and Mind Control is going to be taking up the middle lane Templar Assassin. Meanwhile, on the Radiant, it is a Pajkatt Radiant Shadow Fiend, so he is going to be grabbing the Shadow Fiend. Relax is going to be over here on the Vengeful Spirit. Sharik is going to be on the offlane Clockwork, and that's going to leave Tupo and Come With Me on the bot lane, Drow and Witch Doctor respectively. So here we go. The Gs are being thrown out, and looks like everybody's ready to go. Items going to be bought up quite quickly here. We'll see if anybody's going to look to invade one another's jungle here, and perhaps it looks like we're getting 4 heroes going bot here. So it's going to be a face-off for the bot rune, and can you really fight up against the Undying? I think not. I really don't think they can. Potential of a Brain Sap or a Nightmare to hold somebody off for a little bit. Mind Control going to be up here with Refractions as well, and they're going to have to target Mind Control if they want to get rid of those Refractions a little bit early on here. Here we go, 4v4. It looks like on the backside, though, the Beastmaster is coming around a little bit. Radiant, a little bit afraid here. Going to take a fairly defensive position, and now the Beastmaster does see them. He is going to call a Boar, and Come With Me almost certainly is going to go down here. The cask is going to be thrown out. Now maybe somebody should just eat through these trees. It looks like maybe that's going to be the call. No, they're just going to leave it, and Come With Me is just going to walk away there quite safe. But it does mean that their jungle is invaded. They're going to place an Observer Ward. This is a quite common spot here. Pink is pinging it out here. Kuro does have an Orb of Venom as well, so really looking to get aggressive in an aggro tri-lane here. And look at this, just pressuring up. They want them nowhere near this rune. They don't want them to get any vision of what may be going on here, as it seems like Mind Control will safely get this rune. And that means top lane, the Bloodseeker may even be able to get this rune over here. We do have cogs over here from Sharik. And is he going to be able to land them here? And it looks like no, Bignum's just going to take that. And they're going to get both runes. So already, the Radiant with a nice little advantage here. Kuroki does manage to get 1 decay off. And actually going for decay first, oddly enough, despite the fact that it is going to be a little bit longer before he gets level 2. You'd think you would want to grab the Tombstone first, as the Dire does decide actually to double ward the bot lane here. They're quite comfortable with their Bloodseeker. They know he's not really going to get ganked out here. Clockwork in the meantime, a little bit afraid of himself, is going to use the cogs over on a Bignum, while bot lane Kuroki pressuring up a little bit here, as looks like he is going to use 1 decay. Cats is just trading with Relax here, trading quite effectively as of right now, with a 4 armor, 59 base damage up against the 3 armor and about 50 damage. So going to be a little bit more effective here as Iron Man going in as well. And look at this, really, this is what the Radiant is going to be trying to do most of this tri-lane, is that they just have you know, the really aggressive supports that have the bonus range damage. Looks like Kuroki does pop himself a Clarity here. Cats looks like he wants to go for something here. Casket is going to bounce 3 times between the heroes here, and it's going to be a little bit annoying. Cat's getting quite low here. He does not want to be first blood. He's going to have to pop a salve. RMN, meanwhile, in lane, CSing quite well. The Drow not doing so well, as mid lane actually looks like Pajkatt doing pretty well, and really Pajkatt is kind of considered a very, very top class player, so not odd at all that he would be, you know, outplaying Mind Control as of right now. It's kind of close, but really Mind Control needs to be leading this lane right now, as Shadow Fiend's really going to bounce back around level 4, level 5, something like that, as it looks like RMN getting a little bit in a sketchy position there. Kuro does have the Tombstone now, and perhaps they're just looking to push it under tower and dive under tower, although they're just going to stop where they are here. Come With Me, though. There it is. The Nightmare. The Tombstone going to be thrown out in the trees. They've got the Boar as well, and just look at them explode. So much damage right there, and it looks like now they're maybe ready to go behind the tower. They know they've got the Tombstone here, the Boar as well. They're going to pull the creep wave, as we do have a TP in immediately from the Witch Doctor here. They are going to target that and not going to get it. Unfortunately, one more right click would have been enough, as RMN is going to pull the creep wave here and get some CS under his own tower. Cat's unfortunately going to aggro it a little bit here. Kuro going to grab himself the bounty rune. Probably going to return home after that and buy a TP, I imagine. Although it looks like he's just going to deny to Roshan here. Still only level 2, so certainly worth it. And what does he have for unreliable gold? 78, so no big deal here. He's just going to buy a TP branch and get ready to return to lane. And that's going to be quite nice for him. Cat's almost having the... probably going to have to buy the courier for his team. Won't be able to grab brown boots. Here's the DD from Pajkatt, just absolutely chunking mind control right now. And a nice rune for Pajkatt in order to really secure this lane earlier on now. And he is level 4, so it's only going to get harder and harder for mind control at this point, as Pajkatt, there it is going to use the right click as well as the raise. And he's going to bring the creeps under tower here. So doesn't have the bottle just yet. Is still a little bit behind. Not all that far behind, though. Should have it at a reasonable time still. And he's going to be pretty happy with where he's at right now. As he's going to salve up here. And looks like the Witch Doctor is rotating. Do you see mind control? Still quite low, though. Does she have boots of her own? It looks like she does finally have boots. No bottle. Probably going to have to crow and stay behind the lane, as Shadow Fiend now just far too strong for her to contest with. And it really looks like mind control wants to do something here, but has to be careful. Bot lane, meanwhile, the aggro tri lane has been a little bit quiet. TA getting a little bit low. Do want to keep an eye on that. Could take maybe one raise from Pajkatt, who is, you know, pretending to throw them out here. You know, top lane, Bloodseeker going to get ganked up over here from the Witch Doctor. Is he going to go down? Almost certainly this is a death. And yes, it is. The Witch Doctor, just 2 heroes with that gank, and it's going to be enough to get a kill. Drow has started moving towards the jungle. Can't really stay in lane safely. They are going to give a little bit of the EXP over here to relax, as it seems like they're going to be moving over here to dual lanes. Kuroki does have an Orb of Venom. If he hits her, maybe, just maybe, this is certainly going to be a kill, right? He can just throw it on the tombstone, I imagine. Probably could have thrown it down a little bit earlier on, as there it is. They're going to make it go and relax here. Tombstone is going to be thrown down here. And look at that. He's just going to try to TP out. Can he? The axes, he can! The brain stop. He doesn't use it. He had the mana, almost certainly having the mana there, and he's not going to use it, so getting a little bit greedy, trying to save his mana, and instead they're not going to get a kill. And looks like at the very least they are going to be able to get this tower early on, though. They are starting to pressure it now. They do clean up the creep wave there, and looks like we have, move towards dual lanes for the Radiant there. Looks like the Bloodseeker is just going to dodge that, and now he's going to be dealing so much damage. Bignum trying to chase him down, but he actually is going to eat all of those cask jumps. But look at that damage! Oh my god, Bloodseeker, what a hero this guy is! Jesus, that was disgusting to watch. Doesn't even have his Blood Rage on. Just the right clicks from the bonus thirst damage and move speed was enough to get the kill there. And Witch Doctor with that low base armor, it's clear to see how that can happen. As he is going to trade off a little bit here with Come With Me. Bot lane is going to go down, as it looks like the Dire getting a little bit of a lead here. About 500. They did lose to the Radiant out early on here, but looks like now about 1,000 lead after that tower going down. EXP close to the same mark here. Shadow Fiend does return home, pick up his treads, and he's really the one saving grace here. He's really controlling this game. You know, they did manage to get a kill on the Bloodseeker, which was good. But the real question is, on top of that, what can they do here? Sharik is looking for perhaps a hook, but not going to be able to get it yet. Still not level 6. Very close to it. Level 3 on the Witch Doctor still at about 6 minutes, so he's not going to be all too happy with that one. So it looks like Pajkatt is just rotating to the bot lane. A little bit safer for him to CS here, as Kuroki is pinging out the mid lane. All they need is a trap into a tombstone. They do have a haste rune on mind control as well, so Drow Ranger almost certainly going to go down here. And there it is. The haste is going to be popped. Mind control going to dive under tower immediately. Doesn't actually have refractions anymore. Does he even need Kuroki? It looks like no. He is going to use the wand charges, and now mind control. Maybe. Are you kidding me? No way. Pajkatt comes in from the back. They drop the tombstone. That's going to be 2 for 1. Oh no, mind control playing that so poorly. Beastmaster's gonna go down to relax here. Are you kidding me? What is happening right now? Cats, no, the Nightmare's gonna keep him alive. He's just gonna TP out. Oh my gosh. What a blunder over here from the Dire, and that is gonna set them back very far now. They've got to be so careful. Looks like Venge is gonna deny herself to a neutral creep. Perhaps. Maybe. Only level 3, so still not that bad, but... Oh. Mind control going in too early. I don't think she even used a trap there. Kuroki wasn't fully in position, didn't commit the tombstone, and oh, that was absolutely unfortunate. It looks like they are ready with the clockwork gank here. It looks like maybe Big Numb's going to be able to trade over here on a come with me, but no. Shriek's getting in close. The battery assault going to be doing enough mini stunts here, and it looks like he is going to go down. Going to at least give the kill to the tower. Nobody's going to secure that, and it is going to have to split the gold between the 3 heroes here. As bot lane now, it looks like Tapo is going to be caught out. Kuroki is here. He does have the tombstone. He is going to walk right in front of him. No, they're going to pass right by each other. Oh, it seems like everything is going so wrong for the Dire right now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Pajkatt pressuring top tower, and now the Radiant really pulling ahead. Really using the map effectively here. They're going to bring back that advantage that the Dire had, and it looks like this is when it's going to start to get really difficult over here. If we look, the Shadow Fiend net worth lead about 1,000 on top of the Bloodseeker here, who's going to TP back to the lane. And they still should be able to get this tower. They have the clock on the hook on the clockwork, and there it is, Big Dumb. He's going to die for a second time right after respawning. Oh, that is absolutely awful. Now the Dire is so far behind in this game. They haven't been able to get enough out of the early game here. Relax, it looks like he may even be able to get away here. Dodging the trap, he's really trying, and he's still probably going to go down here. He's juking so hard though right now. Going to use the stick, really just pulling them as far out as he can, and maybe now his team can pull up with the rotations here. On the back, we've got the clockwork. It looks like they are going to throw down the tombstone. Cats is caught up between Come With Me, and actually Come With Me is caught up between Kuroki and Cats. Pajkatt is nowhere to be found just yet. Shriek on the backside getting chased on by a zombie. Cats is delaying it a little bit. Tapo shows up as well. Cats looks like he may go down next, as it looks like we do have a Nightmare over here on a Come With Me. Meanwhile, it looks like Pajkatt is found by Mind Control, who has a double damage. They have to be so careful of that. Pajkatt doesn't have any raises left, and just look at the damage. Does she have refraction? She's got it in 1 second. Not going to continue the chase here, though, as it looks like the Bane is going to die, and they have the Sentry Ward as well. Mind Control is going to go down. He is going to throw down the trap. Is it going to be enough, though? 5 heroes from the Radiant. Not going to be enough, and he's going to go down. Mind Control saying good game, and really the Radiant has had so many uncontested kills so far. This is really, after what seemed like a shaky start over here for the Radiant, the Dire hasn't been able to find their footing. So many ganks that have just messed up and not really been worth it. You know, they managed to kill the Venge, but really she was, what, level 3 at that point? She's even going to get the D-Ward mid. Kuroki is pinging it out. Everything is going so wrong right now for the Dire. Excuse me, yes, for the Dire. As it looks like Armamen, he's just going in over here. Can't even afford a Blink Dagger for the initiation. He's going to go for a Necro Book, but who initiates now? You have to kind of use the Rupture to initiate. Maybe the follow-up Tombstone after that. The TA Mind Control is going to go down yet again, and this is seeming like the Dire is really on the back foot. Kuroki, not even level 6 yet. Cats, not even level 5 yet. Araman is level 7, but really nowhere near where he should be. The hook is actually going to hit on the Invis Hawk, so at least something is going their way. They do have treads on Come With Me, though, and how do you kill this Witch Doctor now? Looks like they want to make it go on something. They're going to spend the Rupture, and they're too scared to even follow up on that. The Clockwork is there with the Cogs. Pajkatt is pressuring the mid lane, and Drow, she's nearby on the bot lane here. So this is certainly going to be a hard game for the Dire. They're really going to have to play this exceptionally if they want to make a comeback here. But Pajkatt is just such a powerhouse, and how do you control him? He's even going for the mechanism here, and once he gets it, which is right now, I really don't know how the Dire is going to be able to fight through a mechanism. Shadow Fiend has level 11 as well. And this is so scary. Pajkatt playing out of his mind this game. 3-0-4. Made some perfect rotations. Really outlaned this TA. As you could tell early on, he was leading when he really shouldn't have been. Or he was at least staying even when he probably shouldn't have been. But really, I don't want to say it's over for the Dire. They certainly have the potential here. But Necrobook level 1, not the most effective thing here. The Shadow Fiend could easily kill them. And then just, you know, mech up from the pure damage. And I think there's not really too many answers that they have on top of that here for the Shadow Fiend. And if he gets a BKB after that, it's going to be incredibly difficult here. Although the BKB is going to get broken by pretty much every ability. Or not broken, but the Roar will go through it, as well as the Rupture and the channel of the Bane Ultimate, the Fiend's Grip here. So Maybe not going to get a BKB here. Probably look for an SNY tank up a little bit. Hook going to be off mark. Mind control, though. Still getting chased down a little bit. Bane on the top of the cliff here. Not going to want to continue after that one, as it looks like it is going to be a kill onto the Drow Ranger. And she's almost certainly going to go down here. Is going to try and deal some damage to Bignum here at the very least, but probably going to go down here and getting quite close. There's one hero, which there was. The Clockwork doesn't have the hook, though. He's going to chase Bignum, though, and he does have the cogs. The battery cell, the Beastmaster's here as well, though. And Bignum, he's actually going to get on the outside of the cogs. He's looking to use the roar. Bignum still getting chased down here, and it looks like he's going to TP out. Do we have anything from the Clockwork? No! The body blocks from RMN. Fascinating body blocks there. Meanwhile, Pajkatt is going to get a kill over here onto the TA, and they are going to trade a 1 position over here for their 2 position. I guess the TA Clockwork is actually going to kill Beastmaster? Okay, so Beastmaster extending his stay a little bit too long. Not expecting the 4 points in a battery cell, I guess. But it should be quite obvious as Kuroki. Going to be found in the trees. He does have the tombstone, but that's just going to be even more gold. And it's going certainly on a downward spiral over here for the Dire. And really, how do you come back from this? They have the smoke as well on the Venge. And depending how effective this smoke is really going to see where this game is going to go. If they can manage to get 2 pickoffs from the smoke, I imagine that'll pretty much be game. Bane trying to soak up whatever EXP he can bot lane. Still only level 5. And just look at the damage from all this ranged heroes. And they have a nice draft. You know, they've got the 4 ranged heroes. They've got the Clockwork to kind of be the meat in the middle in front of them so that they don't have to tank any of it. And they even go treads on Come With Me, which is nice, right? Because he's got some damage and all he needs is the attack speed here. They don't really need the mana boots that much. And it looks like they're not even going to smoke for a kill. They're going to smoke for a Roshan because they've got the medallion here as well. And look at that. They are going to throw out the Wave of Terror. A bit of an odd position. They are getting pinged out over here by the Drow Ranger. And it looks like the Hawk is going to scout them out. Pajkatt's going to kill it. And oh my god, they can't even stop this. Look at that. 14-minute Roshan, and I think it's just death push time now. Mind control trying to clear an ancient stack here, but that's not helping his team whatsoever here. He wasn't able to show up to help contest that Roshan, and looks like they'll just be able to barrel through this tier 2 bot lane easily. RMN trying to stick around in the back. Has to be careful he doesn't get caught out somehow. Probably going to look to cancel the Death Ward when they do use it. Has to be careful with the Hawk. If they do see it coming from behind, they may expect that he's there. Is getting some nice vision though. Does see both the Venge as well as the Drow Ranger sitting behind the Shadow Fiend, and now it looks like the Drow does have you know, the double the Aquila double Wraithband build going on here, so they're just hitting so hard right now. Pajkatt, look at his bonus damage. He's already hitting for 200 with a mechanism, with the Aegis, and this is very difficult. Kuroki just sitting behind mind control. Bloodseeker too afraid to even push top lane unless he sees everybody. It looks like he is going to TP home now. And this may be the last fight here. Rupture going to be thrown out onto Poe, as it looks like the hook in is going to land on the Kuroki. He's going to have to throw Tombstone in base. And now this fight is almost certainly going to end. Bignum does have the blade mail there, but look at the damage right now. RMN coming in from the background. Looks like the channel on to Come With Me. He's going to go down, or excuse me, Katz is going to go down here. And it looks like it's going to be a full, probably 5-man wipe here once we do see the return over here of Pajkatt. And it looks like, yeah, they are pinging out over here onto the Tombstone, as Sharik is just going 1v1 with mind control and actually could get the kill here. Does have the urn, and she's probably going to tick down to that urn. And that's going to be what I imagine GG. I mean, they have no way of coming back. They go all in on the early game, and they end up losing the early game. And Kuroki, unfortunately, his draft just, it really doesn't work out here. It looks like, no, they're not going to leave the game just yet. But, I mean, realistically, that team fight, I'm afraid to even look at the graph right now. Yeah, there it is, 10, probably about 11, 12K experience lead and net worth lead here. Experience not that high, really, because they're all such low level, but net worth, I mean, there's absolutely no way they catch up to Pajkatt here, who now has the SNY, and really could move into pretty well any item. I mean, he could buy a Skull Basher. I'm trying to think. He could buy like a Glimmer Cape and still wreck the enemy team. There's really not much they can do over here to kind of come back from this game. Bloodseeker is a good hero, but really so is the Shadow Fiend, so is the Clockwork, and Clockwork level 11 as well. Shadow Fiend level 13. Necrobook finally finished, but only a level 1 Necrobook. It is 16 minutes in, so, you know, level 1 Necrobook's not really bad for this situation, but when your rack's down 16 minutes in, and looks like they're ready to take a top racks now. They don't have the Aegis, but they've got a lot more items over here on their heroes, as it looks like. No Solar Crest. I thought maybe a Solar Crest on Pajkatt would be absolutely disgusting. The Yasha on Drow, come with me. Almost having the full Aghanim Scepter. Sharik does have the over here. He's essentially negating the Tombstone with the Crimson Guard now, so they don't even have to worry about the Tombstone. Aside from perhaps the slow, they've got a nice ward here, which isn't seen from the Dire Tower. All right, I'll have to keep that one in mind. Didn't know that one. So we'll watch that, as it looks like should mean that Clockwork is going to be able to get an easy hook off over here. It does give them some nice vision if we see they do have eyes on the Bloodseeker here. And there it is, the hook in onto the Bloodseeker. The cogs to push him back, as well as RMN getting pushed out here. Is going to pop the Necrobook, I imagine, quite soon here. They are going to ult Pajkatt, but he's just going to channel the Requiem. And now what do? They're going to lose this fight almost certainly. They can't do anything. Pajkatt's just going to hold his ground. There it is. Crimson Guard going to be popped. Come with me, going to use the ultimate here. But it looks like that's about it. We've got a double buyback here. They're going to try and channel the Witch Doctor ultimate. Mind control getting so low right now. Bignum trying to kill Pajkatt. Can't do so. And there it is. The good game well played. They're going to be able to get the double kill here as well. On top of mind control. Pajkatt is going to be wicked sick. And that's it. 18 minutes in. And we've had ourselves an FPL game. So it was a stomp. It was a fairly interesting stomp. It looked like maybe the Dire was going to be able to hold on to this game, but the Radiant, really, it was so tough after that early game, giving up a couple kills there, and unfortunately they are going to go down 18 minutes and 26 seconds in, and we're done. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Pajkatt Shadow Fiend, what a player that guy is. And, you know, this is a pretty fun game despite it being a stomp, and please do check out my other in-house league casts, and there's a lot more coming from this one. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to check out some of my other videos. I have my series From Lane to Lane where I just cast some everyday pubs that you guys send me. I also do some more professional pubs like games from Koikva, Miracle, whoever I can get my hands on from Dodo Buff. I have a learning series as well, so feel free to check that out. There's some more info in the description as well as some videos linked in the annotations at the end here. Thanks a lot.